everyone, this is Amy. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to do a very simple flower with the number 10 Folk Art brush, one-stroke brush, and it's a Filbert. It's a number 10 Filbert. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to use a purple, and I tried to do white and it just was too glary with my paint. So I'm going to do that. I'm just getting the brush all full of paint, and then I'm going to tip it into the white. Let's see how that looks. I'm just going to do one bloom, and I'm going to vary the strokes as I'm doing them. When I say vary them, I'm doing as far as varying the length of the petals, and maybe even the width of the petals too, because if you put more pressure, that's when you get a wider petal, obviously, and less pressure will give you a thinner petal. Now if you say, like, say this one looks too thin, especially if you're doing gloss painting, I would go over it again with a little bit of white, just to make sure that it covers it. Because when you're doing painting on glass, you need to make sure that your paint is not heavy, but that it's thick enough to be durable. I'm just going to go around here in the center, just keep filling it in with smaller petals. I'm going to vary this here a little bit. If you want to make a bud, you can do that too. I'm not going to. I'm just doing the one simple flower for you. And then I'm going to come with the scruffy brush, and this is a 1/4 inch. And I'm going to come in to make the center. I'm doing burnt umber and the yellow. And I might come back in and tip in some white too. I'm not sure. Just depends on what it looks like. Alright, I have my little center in there. Then I'm going to use a liner brush. These are nail liner brushes, by the way. And I'm going to come in here, I think with a little bit of, well, no, let's do some white. I was going to do green, but I'm just tipping it into the white, just kind of rolling it a little bit, because I like to try to get some of the paint off. But you can either go like this around it, just to bring some little things out away from the center. And you can use a different color if you want, but it's just pretty simple. I kind of like to do them in different directions too, just to give it some whimsy kind of look, whimsical. Then I'm going to do the, let's see, number 20 liner brush. And in this one, I'm going to stick it into the greens. I just stick it in and roll it, stick it in and roll it as much as I want. And then for a change, I'm going to actually have my flower kind of leaning. I like to make a little bit of a wavy stem. You can also do this with a flat brush using the chisel edge of it. Okay, and then I'm going to do a small filbert brush, or flat brush. This is a number 6. All these are folk art except for, they're the one-stroke brushes except for the liner brushes. Alright, so I'm going to come in here and then just do some blending. And I might even tip in a little bit of white. I don't think you saw that. Sorry about that. And then this is what it would look like if you're just using the chisel edge of your brush. And I'm going to come in here and add a little bit of the lighter green so it can be seen. And these are just kind of filler leaves, filler branches. And depending on how hard the pressure is that you put down, this depends on how big your petal actually ends up being. If you can tell, like sometimes if I just do light pressure, then it's a thinner petal. And I may just come up here and do just a little bit up at the top here. These are fun to play with. Just really easy. Alright, so I'll do that. Then I'm going to come in with a bigger flat brush. It's a number 16. Go ahead and dip it into the greens and maybe add a little yellow instead of the white. Now on this one you can do, if you want to do a wiggly kind of leaf, you can. You can do like a little V shape if you want. That. And then maybe come up here, turn this a little bit. I like to fill my brush a lot with paint, so some people say, oh, you don't have to do it that much. Well, it just depends on what you like. And that's pretty much how I feel about painting in general. You know, if it's makes you happy, then do it. And then come down here. I might just put another one in this area. like that. And I'll just leave it like that. So then what I'll do is come back in with the nail brush, stick it in, and I can even stick it into the yellow this time. I'll just kind of roll it a little bit, roll it and pull it, and then come back in here and add the connecting stems. That leaf looks kind of rolled, so I'm just going to leave it like that. I think I have one more here. I just wanted to mention too, in the background you may hear a little bit of a sound bath. It's just something I do in the background instead of putting any kind of music. It's something I create myself. So hopefully you enjoy it and it helps you to relax while you're watching my video. And just getting some other little you don't have to add this part. Just, you know, do whatever makes you happy. That's all I say when I'm painting, is if it makes you feel good, go for it. All right, there you have it, quick and easy. If you like this, and I'm sorry about the glare, guys, I really am trying to figure this out. This drives me crazy here. But I hope you like this design. I hope you were able to see it well enough. But give it a try. It's simple, and just see how it goes for you. Give me comments down below if you want. If you're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell so you get notified whenever I post something new. And I will list the supplies down below the video and actually within the video. So if you have any questions, please reach out to me. I'd love to hear from you. And until the next time, please stay safe and healthy, and you have a good one. See you next time.